Let's check it out. We've got teams of guys. There's 3 here. We got 2 of these tractors going. And you have countless people working at the other end of the beach, trying to get rid of the seaweed that every wave brings up new. Guys are here with their pitchforks, shoveling and raking away one scoop after another. And we've got the tractor digging himself a hole in the sand. He comes through and tries to rake it up. Hey Lee, that's the Caribbean. Every wave brings up more of this seaweed. We keep over fertilizing the oceans, and they keep dumping right back at us. It's only destroying the beaches as far as people are concerned, because it makes it look ugly. It's definitely not the tropical getaway everybody's looking for. We got our salespeople walking the beach. You gotta check out this machine. They just keep going back and forth, scooping up the seaweed. And we got souvenirs for everybody here. Scraping, 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 like a surf rake. Run this tractor back and forth all morning. It's a version of paradise, I guess. Welcome to Cancun. The ongoing seaweed dilemma. They try to scrape as much of the sand out as possible, separating their automated surf rake. Just amazing amount of effort putting into this. So just right where we're at, there's 2 of these machines running. He's got that one about full, so he'll go dump that somewhere. He's gonna come back and do it again. Turia High. They got probably another foot or 2 of seaweed to go through before they find any treasures. They got their music under the towel going. He's already been over this area 4 times in the few minutes I've been here. All the stuff at the coast, right on this wave line, has just come up in the past hour or so. Hello there, Kips. Got our traditional parasailers out there. That 3rd one on the beach getting ready to take off. It's just amazing how much seaweed. They said this is nothing compared to further down in Tulum. Otherwise, the water is actually comfortable, other than you can't be in the water because it's all seaweed. Appreciate you all joining in on our quest to find clean beach in Cancun. As this stuff rots, it just starts decomposing, smelling out the beach, and attracting wrong animals, trying to get flies growing. But that's got to be 2.5 feet thick there. The waves can't even wash the sand away, which is good for erosion, I guess. But that's up to my waist. I think they're trying to save some of the sand while they're not doing the front loader. They're trying to keep the sand on the beach, and it does seem like a waste of time, but they're doing what they do. And it's just amazing of how thick it is. Cancun Beach. I'm not sure what the name of the beach is. We're at a Hilton. It was recently taken over. We're about 15 minutes from the airport. This stuff. So this would be the beach before sargassum. That's the beach after sargassum. And definitely I think they're trying to save as much of the beach as possible, because if they did the front loader, they would have nothing left. When you get down to the Tulum area, there's very few actual sand beaches that I've seen in the past. So they're actually in the water with tarps and netting to haul it out and then wheelbarrow it away. And these guys just work it all day long. I haven't witnessed it here in Cancun yet, but I know in your Tulum, I've definitely seen it all day long there. I'm hoping as far as the beach goes that it's just seasonal, and with a different storm, typical summer storms, it'll wash the sand back in. But they keep losing it due to the raking, then yes, there will be no beach left. It will protect, because you do see the piles of sand are being protected. But unfortunately, the tourists don't like the view. They don't like the smell when there's no wind. And they don't like the animals that are coming to eat the other animals that have passed in the rotting seaweed. Gibbs, how are you? I guess the only positive thing is that it's got some continuous work for the locals. This is a place we're staying at for a night or two. I don't think there's anything new here on the beach that's been newly acquired, from what I understand. Once you get off the shoreline, the water turns beautiful again. It's shallow water that's acquiring all the rough, broken seaweed. Fermenting the water is making the beach kind of nasty. Part of the natural cycle, but the people who own these hotels don't like it. And again, it's all because we're putting too much fertilizers in the water. Let's see, we'll grab the fresher stuff first, and even this is not fresh. This has definitely all been weathered, beaten up. But we'll grab a handful for texture. And no matter how much they rake it, you can see little bits of sand in there. So they're definitely going to lose their beach little by little. And when the section that we're raking, so much of the sand is being lost. The longer it stays on beach and decomposes, it does dry out. This would get dry. Mania, welcome. We're in Cancun, Mexico, checking out the disruption of the sargassum seaweed. The bigger problem you have is here, where it's just rotting because it's so thick. When it's laid out thin, it can dry out and just decompose. But when it just piles up, it just has nowhere to breathe. And they're just steadily moving it. It's like we got the police doing their patrol. Thank you for the like. Appreciate all you guys do. You're helping make this stuff encouraged to do, at least. And the bigger we get, the more fun we'll have with this. We already do some beach cleanups back home in Miami and Florida Keys. You watch this guy do this all day long, his back's gotta be killing him. And you just don't see a result afterwards. Tropical Bigfoot, huh? Lifeguard's got it easy. He knows nobody's in the water. He got a bath there. He was shedding all his hairs. They went ahead, they unloaded their basket. They can come back over here and start raking again and see if we get any actual progress this time. So I know I've seen them at least 4 times go through. We're gonna see what kind of signal we got tomorrow or Sunday. I think we're going to Mayan ruin possibly. We're here for our niece's birthday. Kind of seeing what she wants to do. So the guys on the beach are using their pitchforks, moving the seaweed little by little into piles. The guy in the tractor just passed. He's gonna make his U-turn. And it's an automated rake system using power of the tractor, which we'll see in just a moment. And they're driving back and forth. Looks like about 2, maybe 3 hotels worth. So he's getting ready to start his next line now. Trying to stay out of their way so we don't interrupt their flow. So they get the machine going, lower it down a little bit, and they rake the seaweed up into a big hopper. The first few times I thought they were just spreading it back out, what they were piling up, but then I see there is a catch basket on the back. It's a beautiful day at the beach. You just can't get in the water because there's just nothing but rotten seaweed for the first 100 feet or so. All that seaweed's going into the back. already see it piling up a little bit in the back. He just got started. Barber Surf Rig has definitely created themselves a machine. And if you didn't know he was just here, you would have no idea. Those guys are trying to figure out. I thought they were doing something. This is just a version of insanity, I guess. Great here's X-ray pools, and they got the water about air temperature, high 80s. For me, that's almost perfectly ideal. Got Bab saying hi. He's definitely gathering up stuff for sure, but if you hadn't seen him go by, you would not hardly know. It looks like it's just a road now of seaweed. And they come back in, and they put it back into a pile down the edge. The jet ski's got a little bit of issues down there to get out through the seaweed because this clogs up the water intake. Once you get out just past that reef line, that water's gorgeous as always. Hopefully there's no E. coli in this water. I'm sure it's high in a lot of other things. It'll be in direct ocean. Hopefully they're not dumping raw sewage out here anymore. We are in Cancun, about 20 minutes from the airport, at a Hilton that was recently started as a Hilton now. I don't know what the original name was. If he wants to do research, the bar on the beach is called Mar. A little swing set beach bar. It's about 20 minutes out of Cancun Airport. And they said that the seaweed is not bad here compared to Tulum area. Let me see if you can get some detail here. You can just see another wave of it coming in on the waves. He made his first pass, made his turnaround, now he's coming back. And they definitely don't advertise this on the descriptions for the resort to the beaches here. It's actually interesting. We're gonna walk down there in just a second, let him pass again. So here, you've got two guys there and three more here, along with the tractor. Down over there, going in a minute, they got a team, maybe 10, 12 guys, and they're just shoveling it up. Phone's getting hot again. Wreck. Hello. Need a job, I guarantee they're hiring. I just can't tell you how much they're gonna pay you. It's gonna be in pesos or cervezas. Lower the machine, start it up again. It's just a giant conveyor of rake. Go help them. Wait a minute, whose side are you on? Yeah, we are in Cancun area, about 20 minutes from the airport, 15-20 minutes by car. And they said earlier, they said this is not bad here. They said the worst part is near Tulum, which is another hour and a half south. That one at least looks like they got a little bit of difference. And every bit of work they do just comes back up with more. Down here a little bit. This is the next batch that will be breaking up later. It's just all sargassum. Different levels of decomposition. Someone was asking earlier about some texture up close. You see all the sand that's trapped in it. Each time they take a load away, sand. Your regular plastics floating around. Actually cleaner than I expected it to be for plastics. The water itself is very clean. And once you get just off the beach line, like right on the edge of the reef line, that water turns into that gorgeous. It's just right here that's just horrendous for visuals. The only bad thing is any of the near shore stuff. And the countless life that is lost in this. That's part of the cycle, but it's amazing. The fish, the crabs, the shrimp, the invertebrates. These piles are 3 and 4 feet tall. And I guess all the lifeguards have swapped over to being seaweed collectors. So here's sections again where the beach is being heavily eroded. Actually got some turtle egg action going on here too. Freshly hatched turtle egg. I think they still eat them here. So that seaweed encapsulates the sand, prevents the erosion, but the hotel owners do not like it for their tourism. And it's just layers upon layers of seaweed. We were in Puerto Rico where we also encounter this. And Florida Keys has got this. Even West Coast Sanibel, Fort Myers, they had their issue not too long ago. It's real life. You see the next wave, patch of sargassum coming in. You don't hear about it too much until it starts affecting the bottom line for the resorts. And I'm assuming what they'll do for the sand, if they ever get this under control, is they'll bring truckloads of sand back in. Let's see, it starts with an S. Hello there. It's very time consuming for the removal. We're going to do this again tomorrow. I need to get my cooler if this phone gets much worse. This pile here is 3 feet wide and 6-7 feet around. I said the process there, it just rots. It can't dry out and go away. If it's spread out thin, it can eventually decompose and like disintegrate, I guess. But when it stays thick, it just can't go anywhere. I know that this version of it will basically kill you in the long run. It's actually absorbing arsenic and other things that are in the water. Now. So 3.5 feet tall at least. Goes on for probably a couple hundred feet. And the best they can do down there is going to be their pitchforks. Raman, how are you? Yeah, some names I can make out, others I can't. The phone messes me up when it starts to get hot. We're going to do our best here. I was not expecting to do this. We're hanging out at the pool. I said, let me go check out the beach. And this is what we run into. So apparently this is not affecting the turtles. Some more of the turtle eggs. Actually, I posted a short not too long ago of a nest of turtle eggs that were being exposed. So I guess like any reptile, kind of leathery feeling. More plastics, a bone of some animal, another tractor to do the heavy raking. Other than the seaweed, I'm very impressed with the lack of plastic debris on the beach here. And Destin, yes, I'm sure. I think anything Caribbean and Gulf, it goes through waves because it's basically just feeding off all the nutrients that's in the ocean. And when there's excess nutrients, it produces all this extra plant life, basically like fertilizing your yard. The problem is people live along a waterway. Your extra fertilizer goes into the ocean, which helps this. And here's the difference of semi-fresh. Put this down for a second. This stuff here is semi-fresh, but on its way out. So it's starting to change color. When it's fresh, it's a little more full. And then you see maybe you see the flies coming out of it. They're eating up the stuff. The top layer is drying out. But then as you get underneath, it just sits down there and rots. And then you are 1 layer, 2 layer, 3, and it just gets more and more and more. You're at least 2 feet in that section. As it goes up 3 or 4 areas. It's just crazy the amount of seaweed coming out here. Hello. So I can't read all the names right now. Phone's going into dark mode because it's getting warm. Let me get back into the shade. Maybe we can catch some more screen light. Gotta figure out how the other people do this stuff where they can be out in the sun for hours and their phone stays nice and bright where they can read all the comments. You get your regular beach vendors walking up and down the street, up down the beachway. I'll get rid of this pile of plastic we picked up. And because the ocean is like it is, now everybody is at the pool. I can't pronounce my verse. It says hi, it says hello. Julian. Yes, we're working on that in a few minutes. I was just so impressed by the extremity of this seaweed issue, I had to share it.